Hi, everybody. We're getting started here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're in middle of December. That's like crazy already. Actually, we're not even in the middle of December yet. I got to wait till next week to say that, right? Okay, so, we still have tonight and tomorrow night. We still have programs next week on 2 nights. We still have our yoga class at the end of the month. We still have a live program we're doing in Lakeland, Florida on Saturday. So was that 2 for this week, 1 more for this week, 3, 4, 5, 6 events to do through the end of the year. And when MS Views and News finishes this year, wow, 111 programs. 111 programs that, except for the program that we're doing in Lakeland on Saturday, we've been virtual on everything else and doing some of them live in person and hybrid or whatever you want to call it. So just want to let you all know that. All right, tonight, let's not let me not carry things along too much because we have a wonderful, wonderful speaker, as you know, Megan Weigel. She's a doctor of nurse practitioning out of Jacksonville area, and Megan has been doing her own thing with holistic therapies and yoga and other things that just make the body feel good. And so tonight we're going to have we have tonight's program. It's called MS Neuro TV. All right, a virtual program that we have been doing for a few years now. And for those that don't know, and I don't know if anybody's on here that doesn't know, but my name is Stuart Schlossman, president and founder of MS Views and News. I have a cough drop in my mouth, so sorry about that. Tonight we are supported by BIOGEN. Oh, we have a kitty cat in the screen too.
This is Coco.
Coco, that's good. Where's Crispy? Okay.
Isn't that
Next.
the cat from Christmas Vacation?
I already said that. So we are supported for tonight's program by BIOGEN. I think I said that a few minutes ago, but my producer doesn't catch up with me. So next screen is, again, we have Megan Weigel, all right? And Megan's topic tonight is managing holiday stress with holistic therapies in mind. She'll also be doing some meditation with you, and she's going to talk about how to take better care of your body, all right? So Megan's going to be speaking for 25 to 30 minutes, after which we're going to do Q&A. That's the program for tonight. I'm going to let Megan take it away, and I'll be back in about 25 to 30 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, tonight we're going to talk about managing holiday stress, and I really want to leave you guys with simple strategies to help you thrive through the holidays. So none of this should feel complicated. And at the end of the discussion, I'll leave you with a few simple pearls. Our objectives tonight are to help you survive the holidays. I'm going to provide you with a heart-centered meditation. We're going to do it together in the very beginning of the talk just to get you guys centered and in a good mood to concentrate. And then we'll learn methods to apply calm to the holiday season. I'm going to teach you how to manage your mind, body, and spirit, not just with MS, but also just for routine management of these things. So first of all, let's practice a heart-centered meditation. I want you guys to just get in a comfortable position. Hopefully you're comfortable right now. I'll give you a few seconds to get there in case you're sitting in an uncomfortable chair or would prefer to move somewhere where you might put your head back or put your feet up. Just be in a place where you can relax. And once you're in this place, you can close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. And I want you to pay attention to your breath. And just see how it's flowing. Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it shallow? Is it deep? And then I want you to start taking longer, slower, and deeper inhales and exhales than you usually do. And I don't want you to strain. So maybe it's to a count of 3. Maybe you breathe in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. Maybe it's to a count of 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. But whatever you do, I don't want you struggling. So I don't want it to be this deep breath like, And then you're holding your breath at the top and your face is turning red, and then you let it go. That's not what we want to do. We just really want to get comfortable with taking longer, slower, and deeper breaths than we usually do. And we're going to do this for about a minute, taking those longer, slower, and deeper inhales than you usually do. And I want you to feel comfortable with it. Feel like things in your body are relaxing. I want you to release your forehead, relax your brow, the muscles behind your ears. Relax the inside of your mouth and your tongue. Get your tongue down off the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. If they're sitting up real high towards your ears, roll them back and down. And as you do that, you might find your hands open up on your lap. Let your hands relax. Let your legs relax. They don't need to stand at attention right now. There's nothing that your body needs to do except concentrating on breathing longer and slower and deeper than usual in a way that invites in relaxation, in a way that lets go of stress and strain. And this type of breath actually lowers your heart rate. And when your heart rate is lower, sends a message to your brain that you're not in trouble and you don't need to run and there's nothing to do and there's no one or no thing that's out to get you. And then this allows, in turn, it allows your brain to send a message to your body that it can just relax. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. There's no reason to hide or run scared. The only thing that you need to do is take longer and slower and deeper inhales than you usually do. Now, as you're breathing like this, I'd like you to focus your attention on your heart center, and that could be the center of your chest or your literal heart on the left side of your chest. I like to think about the center of my chest, and if it helps you, you can even place a hand or both hands on the center of your chest or on your heart, just to remind you that this is your focus. This is your focal point for your breathing. This is where your intention is going. And just keep taking those longer, slower, and deeper inhales and exhales than you usually do. Check back in with your forehead. Is your brow furrowed? If it is, relax it again. If your jaw's tight, relax it again. If your shoulders are tight, relax them again. And put your attention back on your heart center as you're taking those longer, slower, and deeper inhales and exhales. Imagine that your breath is coming in and out of heart center, and that breath is filled with love, peace, and kindness, gratitude. Excuse me. Breath is coming in. It's coming in and it's filling you up with those things. And then as you exhale, you send your breath back out. And your exhales filled with love and peace and gratitude. Sometimes it's hard to muster up all of that positivity, especially when you're living in your MS soup, especially when you're living in busyness and uncertainty. And just do your best to muster up that positivity. And with your next breath in, see in your mind's eye all of the people that you love and care about. And you might see them out like in layers, right? Like your closest friends and family, and then maybe people you haven't seen for a while, and then maybe people you wish you could see, and then maybe even there's another layer of people that you don't even know. Just people, just a sea of people. And they're standing in front of you and they are waiting to receive a message from you. And you're breathing in through your heart center. And on your exhale, you're going to send to everyone you see in your mind's eye, love and care, peace and gratitude. Imagine they're sending it back to you as you inhale deeply, and then as you exhale, send it back out to all of those people. Take another inhale, receive it. And then exhale, send out love and care and peace and gratitude. And then you can release those people from your mind's eye. Take one more deep breath in. And open your mouth, sigh, ha. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Bring your awareness back to the room that you're in. Bring your attention back to this program. And hopefully you'll stay in some semblance of a calm and relaxed position. I hope you found that helpful. You can do that anytime. I talk to a lot of people who feel powerless over all the things right now. And I think that this type of meditation allows you to feel like you have some influence on the world, on the people who are hurting, on the people who need love and care, and on yourself. So without further ado, we're going to talk a little bit more about how to mind your mind during the holidays. The first part that I would say, I think, goes without saying, but doesn't necessarily because we're all so busy right now, is the need to check in with your MS and your other medical conditions during the holidays. You're busy, you might be stressed, you might be fatigued. Are any of your symptoms new or worse? If so, it's really important to make an appointment to address those before the holidays, or at least a call, maybe a virtual appointment. Many offices are closed during the holidays. I'm sure you can always talk to an on-call person, but don't put things off until the new year, because even though it seems like tomorrow, it's actually a good 3.5 weeks away. That being said, take a look at your medications. Are there any that need to be refilled? These are just practical things. Offices are closed during the holidays. Now's a good time to literally count your pills and make sure that you don't need anything refilled on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, that weekend, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, that weekend. Because if you do, you might run into some problems, and it's better to just preemptively take care of them. Do you have any tests left to do for the year? And I put this in here because for many people, a new health insurance year starts in January. And that also means that your deductible is set back to zero. So is there anything that you could do before the end of the year if your deductible is met and save some money? It's a great thing to do. And then just the basics of MS and health management. Are you drinking enough water? Are you eating healthy food? Are you allowing yourself time to rest if you need it, and you may need extra rest this time of year? And are you making decisions about holiday gatherings with which you are comfortable? And I say that for two reasons. One is related to COVID and your vaccination status, the vaccination status of your loved ones who you might be gathering with, whether or not you're comfortable traveling or with people traveling, meeting indoors and outdoors, and changing recommendations for masking and social distancing. But the bottom line is, are you comfortable with the things that you're attending? And if you're not, who can you bring those things up with? The other point that is my number one pearl for the holiday season is, do you really need to do all the things? Or can you just say no to some things? To some party or to a cookie exchange or something like that. So during the holidays, and really during any other time during the year, I like to talk about making a to-do list for the week instead of for the day, and making it manageable. And when I say for the week, it might look overwhelming because it's longer than if you did it day by day, but you might have good days and bad days. And on the bad days, you don't even get to cross off one thing. And on the good days, you cross off 5. So make a list of the things that absolutely have to get done during the next few weeks. And if the list is overwhelming, cross off the things that you can release or postpone. So I have this quote here, and it's true. Who is going to die or get hurt if X doesn't happen? And let's just make X equal Christmas cookies. And I did a podcast yesterday for the MS Society about managing holiday stress. And this is a particularly stressful thing for me, trying to gather and do and complete 5 generations of Christmas traditions all in 3 days, including 12 different types of Christmas cookies that no one eats. So I might actually say to myself, who is going to die or get hurt if the thumbprints don't get made? Like, really get hurt. I don't mean my feelings might get a little hurt. I mean, really get hurt. And no one. The answer is no one. And so I could release that. Or who is going to die or get hurt if I don't hang garland on the banister this year? Yeah, probably no one, unless that's your favorite thing to do for Christmas, then you really should prioritize that. For those of you who celebrate Hanukkah, I apologize that this is coming later. You probably needed this 2 weeks ago, but maybe you can take away some of these tips for next year. Make sure you have support team contacts available in case you need them, especially if you're traveling. If you're holiday shopping, make a budget and stick to it. That takes holiday stress off the table following the holidays. If you are holiday party or meal planning, make lists ahead of time and plan for preparation. So maybe there are foods or decorations that you can order instead of having to make them, which can conserve energy. If you enjoy doing those things, then maybe think about how you go about doing them, all of the equipment and ingredients that you need for decorations and for cooking, and plan to gather those things and then sit in one place to do them. Again, we're talking about energy conservation here because we're all so busy. Limit your news watching, news reading, and social media time, especially before bed. If you're compelled to watch or read, please limit your screen time before bed. We want to get good sleep. Deal with MS or other health conditions before the flurry starts, as I mentioned, and then schedule time for your body and your spirit. Some of the things that people don't want to give up. Well, I don't really want to give up social media. So use it productively. Use it to find connection and humor. I have a dear friend who posts hilarious memes, little cartoons with quotes, and I literally roll with laughter when I see her posts, and I go to her page specifically to read those. If you can't visit with your family because of travel restrictions, or maybe you're just not ready to travel, make virtual family time. So make, appointments for family gatherings that are virtual. Seek reliable sources of information about COVID precautions and local regulations, and check them within the 48 hours of traveling, because things are changing right now as the incidence of Delta increases in certain parts of the country, and Omicron is, rearing its ugly head. Make decisions that you're comfortable with about gathering, and what I mean is, remember the old adage about restaurants. People don't usually spend time talking about good experiences. They spend time talking about bad experiences. So it would be great if you could create a good experience for yourself. We are really in need of connection right now, and I think that our vaccines have made it possible to start to be together again more safely. Release the need to fulfill the expectations of others. And what I mean by that is, if you're tired, leave a party. Leaving a party because you're tired means you get better rest, and it means that you get to have a good day tomorrow instead of having fatigue for 2 days. Doesn't matter if you make your best friend mad. What you did was you conserved yourself for the other people that you love. I wanted to offer these 3 acupressure points as well, because they're helpful for energy, for positivity, for decreasing anxiety, and then for helping your immune system. The first one is the large intestine 4 point, and it's going to be right between, right in this little puff or area in between your thumb and your first finger. And you can just hold that point for 30 seconds to a minute, and then do the other hand. You might feel a pulse there. Another really calming thing to do is to sweep your forehead. And basically what you're doing is you're just taking 3 or 4 fingers and you're running them across your forehead with a pressure that feels good to you. Some people like really light pressure. Some people like really deep pressure. And then the third one is Heart 7. This is a great point for being helpful with anxiety. And if you come straight down from your pinky, it's going to take you about 1 fingertip inside the pinky side of your wrist. And you're just going to hold that point, again, 30 seconds to a minute, and you can do it on the other side as well. So these are good pressure points for when you're experiencing anxiety, or you're just in need of some rest or relaxation. Let's move on to our bodies. How are we going to take care of our bodies? Well, we have to nourish our bodies, we have to move our bodies, and we have to rest our bodies. And if you guys have been on these neuro TV programs with me before, you've seen these comments. My favorite one is eat food, not too much, mostly plants. The one that I like to say to my patients is the right diet for you is the one that you will follow within that plant-based diet realm. And just because we're saying eat mostly plants doesn't mean that you have to eliminate animal protein if that's something that you want to bring into your diet, although I am more of a plant-based person. But you can just take a look at your daily intake right now before the holidays. And what could you take out? What are you eating in excess? Are you drinking sodas, even diet sodas? Are you drinking too much alcohol, too much sweet tea? We're here in the South, here in North Florida. Too many processed snacks or desserts. And could you work on taking some of those out now and make it a priority or a goal to stick to that during the holiday season, with the exception of having an extra treat here or there because you only get them once a year. And then what can you put in? I talk to people a lot about what they can bring into their diets. If you're not having a lot of vegetables in your diet, there's no reason why you can't put a handful of greens, spring mix, baby spinach, baby kale, any number of things on your plate with a little salt, pepper, oil, and vinegar, olive oil and vinegar. There's no reason why you can't put that on a plate of every meal. There's no reason why you can't put chia or flax seeds in oatmeal or sprinkle them on salads. So again, what can you bring in? If you're cooking with canola oil, switch to extra virgin olive oil. Just things that you can do that actually don't make you feel like you're missing out. So now it's party time. Well, how are you going to manage that, right? This is like one of the most stressful things for people. We come out of the holidays knowing that I think the average American weight gain between Christmas and the New Year is like 7 pounds or something like that. So how are you going to make it? So the first thing is, this is my number 2 pearl. Well, the number 1, I guess, is saying no. So this goes into it. But did you know that you don't have to go to all the parties you're invited to? That's a hard pill for some people to swallow, but you really don't have to go to all the parties. You can choose the ones that mean the most to you. And then here are some rules for keeping your body healthy during holiday parties. Don't go hungry. So have a small meal or a healthy snack before you go to a party. Limit your alcohol intake at the party, because the more you drink, the more likely you are to snack on foods in excess or to make poor food choices and or to make more poor alcohol choices. And then survey the room. Look at the food that you can't resist. So like you might say, I've got to have one of those and I've got to have one of those. So, okay, do that, but fill up on healthier choices first. Then allow yourself to have what you love so you don't overdo it. And then the other thing that I think is important is give yourself a curfew. And maybe you even set an alarm, or maybe you have someone call you to remind you that it's time to go home, and you just take calls. Oh yeah, I've got to go right now. Yeah, no, nothing's wrong, but I've just got to go, so that you can wake up in the morning refreshed. Keep your body moving during the holidays. Choose activities that make you happy, that bring you joy, that make your body feel good. Move to music. Now's a great time of year to bring out music that helps you relive memories, makes you feel happy, joyful. Exercise at your best time of day. Even if you're in cool climates, use cooling equipment, because what we want to do in MS is keep our core body temperatures low. Increasing our core body temperatures for most people will cause neuromuscular and or cognitive fatigue. And then just allow yourself to know that something is better than nothing. So if you're really, really busy, and typically you do 20 or 30 minutes of your exercises per day, and all you have time for today is 5 or 10, count that 5 or 10 minutes as a win and do it anyway. Rest your body. So I've already talked about avoiding electronics before bed. One of the reasons is because depending on what you're looking at, it can create anxiety that affects your sleep. Another reason is because of the blue light that comes from electronics that messes with our circadian rhythm and our pineal gland. Another thing that can mess up our sleep is too much caffeine, too much alcohol, or too much sugar right before bed. And that goes back to the Christmas party rules or the holiday party rules that I suggested. And then creating a calming ritual around bedtime so that it becomes something that you look forward to. Some people write in a gratitude journal every night. Some people will do gentle stretching or a nighttime yoga. Few poses like legs up the wall pose or savasana. Lavender essential oil in a diffuser can be very calming and help you with sleep. And if you don't have issues getting up at night too many times to use the bathroom, then drinking a decaf herbal tea like chamomile or lavender can be helpful for rest as well. So let's talk about our spirits. So our spirits go back to that heart-centered meditation that we did earlier. And you might say, well, what's the difference between my mind and my spirit? Your spirit is really that sense of connection to something that's bigger than you. It's that connection to your purpose. It's that gut feeling that you have, or that warmness in your heart that you feel when you are with someone you love. And you really want to take care of that special part of you. A great way to do it is to start your day with a positive affirmation. You can wake up and say, today's going to be a great day, or I feel well today, and then end your day with gratitude. Thank you for my mother visiting. Thank you for the beautiful lights on our Christmas tree, something like that. Thank you for a day filled with calm. So starting your day with positivity and ending it with gratitude is a great way to take care of your spirit. You can also use apps for mindfulness, meditation, or prayer. I've listed here some of my favorites: Insight Timer, Calm, Oak, Headspace, and Hallow. You can exercise your creativity. So color, paint, arrange flowers, plant a garden, play with your kids. Do something creative that fills you up and makes your inner child feel well cared for. Remember to breathe and then connect with your loved ones. The meaning of mindfulness is simply that you're present without overreacting or getting overwhelmed, and without judging your experience. And you're in this moment 100%. Pieces of the holiday to practice mindfulness. So these are some ways during the holidays that you can bring mindfulness into what you're doing. When you're gift giving, you could consider giving experiences instead of things. An example would be maybe you give a concert ticket or a museum ticket, or offer your time by taking someone you love out to lunch or to a park or something like that. And think about giving from your heart instead of from your wallet. So maybe you are good at crafting and you decide this year that you're going to make things for your family. People pleasing. So consider your mental, emotional, and physical reserve and preserve it for what is most important to you during the holidays. So if it's most important for you to be refreshed and spirited for your family on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, don't plan to go to parties the 3 nights before that most special night for you. If you know that you have enough on your plate, don't take on a friend's emotional problems the day before you need all of your emotional reserve. Another place to practice mindfulness is with holiday traditions. Make a list of your favorite holiday traditions, or sit with your family and talk about them. Make a list of your family's, say, top 5. Choose to do some of them, and then make time to reminisce about the others, enjoy memories, and share them with each other. So it's the most wonderful time of the year. And I hope you guys spend that time and feel just that way when it's over.
So your conversation was so relaxing. I said, wow, I just need to listen to Megan. It was great. Great. Very good. Thank you very much for sharing that information with the community. Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was really, really nice. So there's a person named Tammy who wrote a couple of things. First, she wanted to say hello to Coco, and she wanted to say hello to Megan. and then she's asking, Megan, have you ever used progressive muscle relaxation for calming the body?
Absolutely. I did just a little bit of muscle relaxation during that meditation. Hey, buddy, hold on one sec, okay? Unless you want to come sit on my lap. But progressive muscle relaxation is a wonderful way to calm down the body and the mind. Dane, I'll be with you soon, okay? It's a wonderful way to calm down the body and the mind. I highly recommend it. Please turn the light back on.
Okay, great. Thank you. You want to take a time out while you readjust over there?
No, it's okay.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Next question comes from a person who wants to know, how do I know if I'm meditating correctly?
Don't worry about it.
Just do it?
Yeah, so one of my yoga teachers said the practice of meditation is beginning again. Which means, you're just taking deep breaths, you're trying to empty your mind, a thought comes in, oops, just start over. So don't worry about doing it right. Worry more about taking the time to do it.
All right. So for the people that really, really don't know how to meditate, don't know how to put themselves into another dimension by relaxing and or even knowing that they need to relax, how would you suggest, or what would you suggest they do first? I mean, is it best to get into an empty room or?
No, I would just practice. First of all, I would be comfortable with the position your body is in. Because if you're not comfortable with the position that your body is in, then how can you focus on your breath? If you're worried about falling or, not being secure in your wheelchair or not being able to feel something, or there's just no way that you can focus on your breath. So be comfortable in your body and then start by practicing taking, say, 5 deep breaths into a count of 4, out to a count of 4. Don't worry about closing your eyes, just taking slower and deeper breaths than you're used to.
So speaking about that, there are people that are online that have asked questions about you doing that in the past. Can you possibly do that again right now?
Just the 4-7-8 breath, or?
Yes, the 4-7-8.
Yeah. So certainly. So from a meditation standpoint, just finding a nice even pace of breath is what you want to do. The 4-7-8 breath is a specific technique that you can use in the moment for stress reduction. You don't want to do it over and over again. You breathe in through your nose to a count of 4, you hold it for a count of 7, and then you open your mouth and exhale for a count of 8. So it takes 19 seconds. It's something that you can do at a red light. It's something you can do on the phone, just to quick calm down your nervous system.
Okay, we've got to hope that the red light isn't too quick then.
Yeah, it's probably more than 19 seconds.
Probably. All right, next question is how to relieve tiredness.
That's a big question. So the first thing I would say is that if you have MS-related fatigue, to talk to your healthcare provider about the best way to manage it. We want to make sure that there aren't any other underlying medical conditions like vitamin deficiencies, thyroid issues, anemias, or sleep disorders. And if any of those are present, then you treat those to help with fatigue or sleepiness. If none of those are present, then there are ways to treat MS fatigue. We treat MS fatigue with medication. We treat it with cooling equipment. We treat it with PT and OT to help you learn how to move your body better and manage, conserve energy better. Ultimately, if you're looking to specifically manage fatigue during the holidays, then a lot of the things that I mentioned should help.
Okay, thank you. All right, next we have, sorry about all my coughing. It's like an allergy that came upon me. I think I got it by seeing your cat. I'm highly allergic to cats. And I think virtually Coco got to me.
She's just so sweet sitting right here.
Okay, she's making me cough though. All right, are there any oils to help relax?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I like to tell people to diffuse oils because one never knows if your skin is sensitive to them. But the best ones for relaxation are lavender, ylang ylang, which is YLANG, bergamot, neroli. Let me think, what else? Those are probably the top oils for relaxation.
Okay, thank you for that. Next, we have a person wants to know if there's a diet to relieve stress.
Yeah, so plant-based diet, low in caffeine, minimal to no alcohol, low in processed sugar to no processed sugar. Minimal dyes, minimal food processed food, high in omega-3s, lots of phytonutrients, fruits and vegetables that are all different colors, and varying those things. So it's a healthy plant-based diet versus the standard American diet, which is heavy in fast food, sugar, caffeine, oils that are harmful to our heart.
Okay, thank you. Next one, can fasting help multiple sclerosis?
There is no data that I know of looking at intermittent fasting as a disease-modifying therapy. There is data to suggest that intermittent fasting or a fasting mimicking diet like the longevity diet can help improve MS symptoms. And we're hopeful that many of these diet studies are being done in larger groups with more funding and measuring not just quality of patient-reported outcomes or quality of life measures, but also relapse rate reduction, MRI, things like that. So I do think that fasting can help MS symptoms, and it has to be done correctly, given the number of folks with MS who also have vascular conditions. Too much fasting can also put your body at risk for infection. So if you're on immunotherapies that already put you at risk for infection, you need to be careful about fasting. There's a lot that goes into it, but I do think it's a promising nutritional area of study.
Okay, thank you for that. A person is asking if it's possible that MS medications are making them tired.
So from a disease-modifying therapy standpoint, the most common medications that might make a person tired would be interferons. So interferon beta 1A and 1B, which aren't really used very frequently anymore. But there are innumerable MS medications to manage your symptoms that could be contributing to fatigue: antidepressants, anti-seizure meds, anti-spasticity medications, pain medications. I really can think of at least 40 in my head that could make a person with MS tired.
Okay, thank you for that. Next one, we're running out of questions, just so you know.
Okay.
That's good, because that means everybody has actually learned without having, it means that you gave so much information they don't need to ask questions. Okay, so next one is how to relieve the stress of not feeling confident that there's a safe end to COVID.
Gosh. Well, I'll talk about it scientifically first. Eventually, the pandemic is going to be endemic, which means it's just a disease that we live with. Everyone will either, in fact, I heard it on the news last night, everyone's either going to be vaccinated or have it. We'll probably still have variants that develop, but people won't get very sick. I think there's an end to masking. I think there's still a lot of fear going around. I think that, you can think about like chicken pox, for example, right? People get chicken pox still. And when they get chicken pox as adults that aren't vaccinated, we worry because their chicken pox are a little bit more severe. So that's when I think about it scientifically, like there's going to be an end to all of the fear scientifically. I also think about it spiritually. And I truly believe that everything, even horrible, bad things, happen for a reason. And that's how I talked about this a lot at the beginning of COVID. That's how I had to have my pulse on that in order to get through this. So one of the great ways that you might use to help yourself with just kind of developing a faith or a belief that things are going to be okay, and that you have say in it and that you have input into it, is by that meditation that we did earlier today. Right. Just that, sending peace and love out to other people and receiving it right back in.
Okay. So thank you for saying what you said, like concerning chicken pox. And I actually refer saying it to people that every couple of years we get a different flu strain.
Mm-hmm.
So
Same thing.
the variant, right, different variant just relates to saying a different strain. Okay, so yeah, eventually that will hopefully get people back into the back out and into in-person meetings.
Yes.
And we could build up those in-person meetings again, and everybody can get together and feel like that they're having normalcy by being able to joke around with their friends that they got to know over the years of having multiple sclerosis,
Mm-hmm.
and being more comfortable that they can relate and be around people again. It just would be awesome to get everybody back there again.
Yeah.
All right. Tammy's asking another question. Was there a specific reason you asked us to notice our heart area or chest area during our meditation session?
Yeah, it's called heart focused breathing. And so it takes your attention away from your breath and puts it on that heart center, which is part of like your spiritual heart. So I talk to my son a lot about like your literal heart, your anatomical heart, and then how does your heart feel? And by that, I mean like your spiritual heart, your soul. And taking your attention away from your breath and putting it onto your heart center gives you a distraction, something that distracts you away from physicality, puts you more, into a more meditative state. And it's shown to entrain your heart and brain rhythm a little bit better and help with heart rate variability, which just produces a less fight or flight in your body, so less stress.
Okay, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm actually out of questions, but I just wanted to make mention of a few things for a few different people. Firstly, I do want everybody to thank Megan for coming out, getting away from her family for a little bit over an hour. I mean, that's really nice. And I know her son misses her. Every time he sees her, he has a hard time not being around her. Okay. And as we now know, Coco loves her too. And now my eyes are itching and my throat is itching. Wow. Coco, my gosh, get away from me. All right.
Oh, she's so sweet.
What I want to let people know, though, is tomorrow night we're doing our another episode of the MS Hub series, which discusses COVID along with resources that are available. And for tomorrow night's program, I will be interviewing Timothy Coetzee, the Chief Medical Financial Officer for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. All right. And we are going to do an update 2 years in, almost 2 years in, on COVID. All right. What's going on? I mean, what the National MS Society is saying about it, what they're advising people, talking about Omicron as well, talking about the vaccines and what is needed at this point in time. And it's just really an update for everybody that's online, listening to me talking right now, and for others to know as well, of this dialogue that's going to happen tomorrow night. All right. Then next week we have MS Views Now, which is another program. We also have our MS Patients Voices, and I'll be interviewing Kathy Chester, okay, for our end of the year. And I know that will make Megan happy as well. And Kathy has been around for a long time, all right, a long time. In fact, I think she's just celebrating her 35th anniversary now with MS. And saying that, I just want to let everybody know, yay, I'm celebrating my 23rd anniversary this week.
Wow.
Yay. I have MS for 23 years that I know about anyway. All right. So, that's it. People are writing in right now. They want to thank you. It was very relaxing. It was very awesome to hear you speak.
Can I talk about my Monday mantras real quick?
Yes.
Awesome. So
show your sign too. Show your sign.
Well, I think it comes out backwards if I show it.
It wasn't backwards earlier.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay. It looks backwards on my screen, but I will grabbing one right now. Maybe I'm not.
You're holding in a mirror though. See it.
So Monday mantras with Megan. So that looks normal to you?
It's perfect.
Oh, okay. Monday mantras with Megan. It's mondaymantraswithmegan.com is the website. And starting January 3rd, every Monday, there is an intention. So it's a mantra and an action for the week. And it's a mindfulness series. It's an annual subscription, comes out once a week to you via your email. It's written, and then there's audio and video content. And I have a half off code for people living with MS. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yep.
It's can do, capital C, lowercase a-n, capital D-O, 22. Can do 22.
Okay. Does that have anything to do with Can Do people?
Yeah, I'm going to donate half the proceeds back to Can Do.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to let you know though that when you have your sign and you're showing it to us, it was perfect.
Awesome.
But when you turned it around, we couldn't see it. It was backwards.
Ha ha. Yeah. So Monday Mantras with Megan, you can, on the website, you can read about what it's all about and think about whether or not you want to join us. It's going to be pretty fun.
Great. Thank you very much. And again, happy holidays to you and to everybody that's online right now. And if you're online with us tomorrow night, I'm going to say happy holidays again. And if you're online next week and the following day and the week after that, yes. Oh, and then we have Megan on the 27th of this month. She's doing yoga.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. You'll be back again. Okay, great. All right, fabulous. Thank you, everybody, for being online tonight. And we do hope to see you at our next virtual events. If you don't know how to find it, just go to the MS Views and News website, msviewsandnews.org or msviews.org, okay? And visit the center column of the website and click on whichever programs you want to join.
And
okay?
I just want to say thank you, Stuart and MS Views, for all the work that you've done always, but in the past 2 years, I think you've been like glue for people living with MS with all these programs. So thank you.
Great. Thank you very much for that. And have a great night.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.